Hello! I originally tried to film this video on my laptop, but I don't know, it just felt I don't feel like natural talking to a laptop. I don't feel natural talking to a camera. Cool. But I put you on my lamp again. I thought we could have a lamp chat. That's what this is getting called, I guess. But I wanted to do a language update since it's been a month and a half-ish since I restarted the YouTube channel thing. So yeah, a little bit of progress updates, goals. A lot of things have changed with French, so I'll start with French, I guess. So when I started, I had found a tutor, and my goal with working with her was to take the DELF B2 exam. And that's still something I want to do. I was originally going to do the exam in December, and we were working through a textbook, and it was going really well actually. But then she got injured and had to take time off of work, and I had to find a new tutor, and I found one, but I don't really want to get too much into all of that. But basically, studying for the DELF, studying for any exam is meant to be difficult and challenging, and it pushes you to your limits. But I'm already not very confident when it comes to speaking French. People have told me that my level of speaking French is good, etc. But at the same time, they always comment that, oh, you just need to practice more, you need to learn more vocabulary words, you just need to have more confidence in yourself because you know it. You just have to say it. And that's the problem, I just have to say it and I have no confidence in it. And I'm laughing about it now, but actually it's something that really bothers me about my level of French. And so I think now, instead of focusing on trying to learn French for an exam, I want to try and learn French for everyday life. I want to be able to fluidly express my thoughts and ideas and have a conversation, and not just a conversation about simple things or even superficially touch upon more complex ideas. I want to be able to have meaningful discussions with people. And the only way I can do that is through practice and not worrying about things that I would worry about for an exam, such as, oh my gosh, is this word meant to be feminine or masculine? Did I use this grammar point right? And that's what causes me to stop and think and speak really slowly, is I want everything to be perfect, but that in turn really lowers my ability to speak. And so I'm still planning on taking the DELF. I don't know if it will be in December of this year. It could be at the beginning of 2018 instead, I'm not sure. But I think right now my goal is to do everything I can to practice and boost my confidence in speaking. And recently I've been trying to read out loud. I've been talking to myself, which helps, but it's not a conversation. You don't get that instantaneous feedback. That, to me, I find that invaluable. But still, just being able to get the words out helps a lot, and it will probably help for future conversations as well. I have been talking to Siri. We've had great late night conversations about poetry. Let's see what else. I've been having the lesson once a week. Again, it's just been on the DELF, so there's meant to be a lot of speaking in the lessons, but really it just kind of becomes me listening and feeling like an absolute failure, if I'm honest, just because it's so difficult for me to talk. And so what I'm going to do is try to find a community tutor, because they're less expensive, which means I could do a lesson twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, who knows. But of just speaking in French and having it be natural and flow naturally and not have that pressure of, I need to get this right. Of course they'll correct me, and of course I'll improve that way, but there'll just be less pressure to be perfect. And I think that's what I need, to just be myself and discuss new and interesting topics that will be difficult for me, of course, but will help me progress. So that is what I'm going to be doing now for French. I think I'm still going to be working through my Delph book though, just because I find it really interesting how they lay out the culture and the language and different topics. Maybe I won't work with a tutor on the book, maybe I'll just do the book by myself and just kind of have fun with it and really get back into having fun with French, because the past 2 or 3 weeks I've just been not enjoying French at all, which makes me so sad because I love it as a language. I like it more than English, I think. It's definitely one of my favorite languages. So yeah, I just want to rekindle that romance I had with French. That was lame. But yeah, that's what I want to do with French. Let's see, with Chinese, I have been doing my workbook more, which has been helping with understanding grammar, because the grammar in lesson 7 for some reason I'm finding surprisingly difficult, which makes me feel a little bit discouraged because a lot of people say Chinese grammar is so easy. It's like there almost isn't any grammar. But sorry, it's just this one section, the grammar is so different from English, and I try not to compare English grammar to the grammar of other languages, but it's just so different that it's hard to wrap my brain around. But I'm getting there because doing the workbook is helping me practice. It's also helping me practice writing, which has been frustrating because I can read, but I can't write because I don't necessarily remember the stroke order. I can see the shape of the character, but I can't produce it. But when I read, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what that says, it's fine. Speaking has become a lot better. I had my first Chinese lesson done completely in Chinese for an entire hour. She spoke in Chinese, I spoke in Chinese, zero English was used. I already mentioned that in a different video, but I'm still like on cloud 9 from that. It happened again last week and the week before, and so yeah, good progress has been making with speaking and understanding, which has been awesome. It's just the grammar, but I will get there. I'm determined. I will learn Chinese. With Russian, I've made an actual like hardcore effort to learn Russian the past week, and I've noticed leaps and bounds of improvement, even though it's still just like a smidgen of improvement. But now, instead of looking at a word and wanting to cry and run for the hills when I try to pronounce it, I can say it, and maybe my what's it called? Stress, emphasis on the word is a little bit off, but I can still say it, and I'm getting there. I made a bunch of vocab cards, and that's helping me remember the vocabulary better, obviously. I bought a whiteboard, and when I go through the vocab cards, I write out the word, I say the word, I write out the conjugation of the verbs while I say it, and it's just been helping make Russian a lot more familiar, and I'm starting to really fall in love with the language now. When I started, I was kind of so-so. It was something that I really wanted to learn, but it terrified me, for one, just the alphabet and the pronunciation, and it just felt like a very cold language to me, even though I wanted to learn it. I don't know if that makes sense, but now it's just becoming more warm and inviting and welcoming, and speaking it is so much fun. I don't know, I'm slowly falling in love with Russian again. I still miss... I learned German a few years ago, and I still miss it, but I'm really content with the languages that I'm learning now, and that's actually a really good feeling. I'm not like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing... There's no shoulds. It's just, oh, this is nice. And as I progress, I can add on, and it's okay. It's nice. It's kind of overwhelming trying to learn 3 languages, but talking right now is helping me get excited about it again and not feel overwhelmed, or as overwhelmed as I was, and just realize that this is fun. It's something for my brain to do. It's something that opens a bunch of opportunities, maybe work-wise, but mostly just learning and talking with other people, and yeah, it's really great. I like learning languages. You guys, this is exciting. Good chat. I like lamp chats. I should do this more often. Okay, so that's that. It's what my goals were, where I'm going, what's been up. Hope y'all are having a great day. In case you're wondering, like, oh, why the heck does she have a painting of a person in her room? That's Lillian Gish. I did a high school project on her. She was an actress in the 20s. I thought she was really cool, and then in turn my sister did her project on her as well, and my sister's an artist and she actually painted her. Like that's a painting that my sister painted, which is like I think it's crazy anyways, because all I can draw is like flowers and stick figures. I'm much better at science and math and languages, but that's okay. That's still a good talent to have. Not everyone needs to be the same. Variety is good. But that's about it. Hope y'all have a good day. Have fun learning languages. Let me know how your progress is going, because we can motivate each other. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Goodbye!